Okay, everybody. So welcome. Thank you guys for being on here. My name is Kevin. We have a fantastic presentation for you guys tonight. Just a quick disclaimer. I am not the owner of the company. I'm not the founder of the company. I did discover this company because a friend of mine showed it to me, gave me a link. He knew nothing about it. He signed up 15 minutes before me. And so that's that. I'm not a financial advisor by any stretch. I'm just going to give you some information about some things that me and my inner circle do as far as training goes. We will talk about some possibilities of making some income. We will talk about some crypto coins that you might want to acquire because they seem to be very lucrative. But again, as I said, I'm not a financial advisor, so make sure you do all of your own due diligence. Don't spend any money that you're not prepared to potentially lose. And the results aren't typical of what I may talk about in this. I'm going to share some pretty big numbers, and past performance is not an indicator or guarantee of future guaranteed results. Now, with all that being said, I'm pretty excited to be here. I've been an entrepreneur pretty much all my life. I did have a job just like any other regular person at one point, and I was working at Costco. And I was doing that for about 12 years, rose up the ranks all the way to manager and was doing quite well. But my family was also rising up the ranks all the way to 7 of us. And you can't raise 7 people. Well, me, my wife, and our 5 children on a Costco salary. So I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. Everybody there, we had 400 staff, and they'd all grumble. I wish I could do this. I wish I could go on this vacation. I wish I could do that. And most people just wish and grumble. Some of us do something about it. Because I read a quote that said, if you want something in your life to change, then you need to change something in your life. What I changed was, instead of just working 8 or 9 hours a day at Costco, I also worked 1 or 2 hours a day at my network marketing business. It didn't ruin our family life, but it was less quality time with the family. It was more time spent working and also being away from the house throughout the day. And it was what it was. I burned the candle at both ends. But a good thing happens when you're focused, when you're driven, when you have a goal and you stick to your commitments. Within 6 months, I started making $3,000 to $4,000 a month consistently, which after taxes is all I was making at Costco. And I decided to take a leap of faith, which was to walk away from Costco and go full time in my business. And for me, not for everybody, but for me, it was the absolute right choice. I haven't had to wake up to an alarm clock ever since for the last 17 years, unless I was catching an early flight. And I haven't had to have a job anytime in the last 17 years either. So life has been pretty exciting. And I've built up a nice little, done well financially, let's put it that way. And I've had over 350,000 people on my team in 65 different countries around the world and traveled to a good little chunk of them. So things have been exciting. I've helped a lot of people create a lot of income. That's what I'm most focused on. And I believe we have the opportunity to do that here. So far, we have 100% of the people on our team have made some money. So that's really, really exciting. Everybody's at a different level of income. Let's be serious. But every single person has made income. And that is not always the case at most companies. As a matter of fact, usually less than 30% of people in most companies ever generate a check at all. And right now we have 100% of people that are in Bnb Business, that's the name of the company, have made something. And then most of it is pretty, I wouldn't say significant in terms of they've made tens of thousands, although quite a few have. In terms of ratio, there's people that came in for $200 and they made $75 their first day, their first 2 days, their first 3 days, right? Without doing anything, without bringing anybody on board, passively, if you will. So that's pretty exciting. But without any further ado, let's just get started. Let me just tell you one thing beforehand to kind of set the stage as to why there's so much excitement about what we got going on and what we're doing. It's quite simply this. We have a business where we have every single person's made money. The reason is because the 20 upline that you have, the last 20 people who joined the company before you will theoretically be your downline. And the next 30 who join after you will also be your downline. Now you control how many of those people it is. You'll see that in the presentation, but you have the opportunity in your hands, if you choose to partner with us, to have up to 50 people given to you, right? Just given to you, and you're going to get paid 1% of everything financial that these people do for their entire career with Bnb Business. What I mean by everything they choose to do, any money that they earn, you will get paid 1%. Any money that they spend, you will get paid 1%. So those are the only 2 things you really do with money, right? their initial purchase, any recontributions, meaning upgrades you get paid on, initial purchase you get paid on, and when they get paid out for efforts that they've generated, irregardless of you, there's a fee on there, right? That starts at 60%, and it's an upgrade fee. They don't take our money away. They just help you upgrade further within the business. Whether you like it or not, it's automated. Depending on your level, depending on your rank, depending on what you may or may not have done so far, you start at 60%, that goes back into upgrades and 40% in your pocket. And over time, or based on the package that you choose to start with, it can be as high as 70% in your pocket and a 30% upgrade fee. I'll just call it that. So anyways, without any further ado, I just want you to hear it once so that when I bring it up on the screen, you're like putting two and two together and it's starting to resonate with you, which will also give you better questions, at least if not at least just more understanding of what's going on. So as you can see, here's the company. It's Bnb Business. Crypto Avengers is just a company that me and some of my friends have created because we're not Marvel freaks. We're not into that necessarily. We like it just as much as anybody else, but I've missed more than half of their movies. But I've always liked the concept of Avengers, right? They all come together for a common goal. They all work together. Different people fill in skills that the other ones are missing. And that's what we embody on this team. That's exactly what we have. There's things that I know that I'm very efficient, effective, and proficient at. But like anybody else, I have some deficiencies or blind spots. Well, I have people within my inner circle that they have those blind spots covered, and maybe they don't have the other things that I do. So together, collectively, we're a cohesive unit that will educate you guys. We'll teach you how to see things. We'll teach you how to potentially make some profits because we just have a better aptitude for this kind of thing. And it's going to shorten your learning curve, right? It's going to accelerate how fast you can get to an understanding and then eventually mastery. And we're going to show you all the scams, the tricks, and all the things out there, which I'm sure you'll agree, saving money is just as good as making money. The last thing you want to do is make $20,000 in crypto only to have some slick person set something up and trick you out of it or empty your wallet or hack your site. We're going to teach you how to not be hacked, what the slick people look like, what kind of things they say, where they're going to be, how you make yourself vulnerable, or more importantly, how you protect yourself, right? Because I say it on every call and I'll never stop saying it until 3 years from now. If you can't figure this stuff out, which is difficult to do on your own because it's always advancing and growing. That's why you need the collective brain power of the crypto Avengers, right? You're going to be financially and functionally illiterate, right? Because it'd be like not knowing how to use a Visa, not knowing that a cash advance is more expensive than swiping. It would be like not realizing that you shouldn't write your PIN number on the back of your Visa card. Now you're saying, well, that's stupid. Who would do that? When it first came out, people did that. And it'll be the exact same thing you'll do with crypto if you don't have someone like us teaching and educating you through the community that we've created. And therein lies the value, right? So without any further ado, let's get started. And so your first question is, well, what is Bnb Business, right? And it's all it is a smart contract on the Binance Smart Chain, and which is obviously the blockchain, and helps build our one-of-a-kind online communities through education. So this is the piece that we're definitely bringing to the table: the education, the tutoring, the mentoring, the knowledge, the coaching to help you guys get along fine. And it's combined with a very unique payment system. So the way we look at Bnb Business, we're using it to power and drive our community. That's the business, right? Obviously the name's right there. We're using it for its payment properties. Because one of the things we were thinking of doing, and someone asked us just about 2-3 weeks ago, they wanted to combine some of our community with theirs, and they were going to cut us in on 50%. And what they have is 250 people that they teach a lot of this stuff to, and it costs $1,500 a year, $1,500 upfront a year, and $60 a month. And they have 250 people in the last 60 days that signed up for that. Now we have different packages you can buy here too. The difference is you can also earn money back on that. The other one was just a bill to be part of their community, right? We don't want to have to charge you guys. So we're giving you 2 bites at the apple. One, we're getting paid through the system, which is the smart contract. And 2, if you so desire, you can earn money from that. So kind of cool. A smart contract, by the way, is not a contract necessarily. It is just a computer program. And you get someone to write that program however you want, and you put all the rules in place. And why they'll use the word contract is because there's no deviation. There's no time off on Saturdays or holidays. There's no late payments or early payments. There's no, unfortunately, there's no, hey, I forgot my password. It's like you chose your password, you joined, that's up to you. And if you think about it, if you were able to put your password into the system, technically it could be hacked. Or what if you're making $10,000 a day, like some people are doing? The last thing you want is someone to have the ability to know the password to your wallet because they could take that money away or redirect it to themselves. So it's very cut and dry, and you're going to learn to love the beauty of a smart contract because it is what it's supposed to be. What is the Binance Coin? Binance Coin, we call it BNB, was created in 2017 by the number one. I didn't say one of the top, a pretty good, kind of cool. It's one of those companies that's up there. I said the number one cryptocurrency exchange in the world, Binance, right? So the company called Binance. And if you don't know what a cryptocurrency exchange is just like the money exchanges, the Forex companies at the airport, right? You land in Mexico, you need pesos. You land in Japan, you need yens or pounds or whatever you need wherever you go. It is really, really cool to understand that you can get that money there because you need it for different countries. Or more specifically, if you ever heard of a company called Coinbase, right? They're another cryptocurrency exchange, and they're the number one in America. And by the way, they just did an IPO in March or April, and they raised $84 billion was their IPO, which is the fourth largest in the history of all public companies that are public, right? On any stock exchange in any country. $84 billion. That's how big Coinbase is. Binance is bigger than that. But that's what it is. You know, you can use your Visa, you can get money from your wallet or send them a wire to Coinbase, and they will give you, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB. I don't know if they have BNB because I think these two are kind of fighting with each other. They don't want to support each other. They'll eventually maybe, but anyway, so that's another story for another day. So it's a place where you get cryptocurrencies or you can trade one for the other. So once you have crypto, you're in the game, right? The hard part is when you have fiat, which is cash money, how do you get into the system? Use a cryptocurrency exchange, and that's their job. They charge you a small percent. Now, the purpose is letting crypto traders use the token to pay transaction fees, right? Because to use anything costs money. To go on the turnpike, you got to put money in the, whatever those people are called, the toll booth, right? As you go through on the Binance exchange. Plus, crypto developers can use it to power applications on the Binance Smart Chain. Binance Coin is the number 4 rated cryptocurrency in the world. Let's go on to that. So this is CoinGecko. This is my favorite site for seeing all the different coins. Some people use something called Coin Market Cap, and that one's also pretty cool. But I just like the color schemes and stuff of this one a little bit better. And by the way, there's 11,000 different crypto coins. You guys know Binance, or you know Bitcoin, you know Ethereum, and you probably know Dogecoin and like 2 or 3 others. There's 11,000. So you need something like this that breaks it down and tells you how they're doing, what's going on, so on and so forth. So you see these ones here. Number 4 out of all 11,000 is the Binance Coin, right? BNB, as you saw. And it was worth last week $488. For the purpose of this call, we'll just say 500 whenever I have to do math, because it was actually that too recently. Helps me, just break things down faster. So about $500. And you can see this. This is really cool. Look at the power of this coin. We're not talking about some Mickey Mouse coin. We're not talking about a coin that only works with our business that we're trying to sell you. In the last 24 hours alone, 24 hours. And by the way, this is a third-party site pulling data from the blockchain. It's not like this is self-reporting. They just tell you how much, right? In 24 hours, we're averaging $2.1 billion a day. $2.1 billion of this coin is transacted per day, which gives this coin, not Binance. This is like the Big Mac and Binance. So this coin would be like a Big Mac, and Binance is McDonald's. So let's say McDonald's is worth 10 billion, or more than that. The coin alone, the Big Mac alone, is worth $75 billion. That's the coin we're trying to give you. That's the coin we're transacting. That's the coin we're trying to help you guys pile up and stack up. Let's look at this a little bit more. Friday, 15th of September, 2017. So to the day, or maybe a day, 4 years in a day, it was 10 cents. 10 cents. What happened? 3 years later, it was $20, which is still good. I mean, what's the difference between 10 cents and $20? I think this is like 200 times your investment, right? 200 times. So that's a pretty big jump. But look how small it is on the screen. This was September 2020. You guys already know what happened the next year, right? It went up here. Right here is like the 500 in a year from $20. This I know is 650 because I got into Binance Coin right around here, which was about 220. I bought a whole whack of them. So I'm way up, you know what I mean? Even here. But it did go to 650 about in May, I think. So May or June had a little bit of a tumble, but the whole market on the same day has this exact graph. You know, there's a bit of a correction. It happens every once in a while, and you can see the resiliency. It's coming back up. And if it hit 650 before, I strongly believe, in my opinion, not a financial advisor, in my opinion, it's going to hit 650 again. And just so you guys know my plan, I'm not selling until it hits at least 1,000. I said at least because if it hits 1,000, I think it's going to hit 2, 3, 4, 5. It's way too strong. It's a real coin with real value. Just to give you perspective, Dogecoin is just a picture of the guy who started its dog. You're like, yeah, but isn't Elon Musk part of it? No, he's not. They had a Twitter vote and they said, who should be the CEO of our company? And someone said, Elon Musk. And they said, okay. And then they tweeted to him, Elon Musk, you're now our CEO. And he said, all right, whatever. So that's that relationship. It's just a picture of their dog. Okay. It's worth money because a whole bunch of knuckleheads, sorry if anybody on here has it, right? But it has no intrinsic value whatsoever. That's not my opinion. It's just a fact. As a matter of fact, it's set up to, it prints new Dogecoins every day. Even on Coin Market Cap, it says infinity. Even the owners would tell you, because it was a joke, it never stops making. Imagine those infinity Mona Lisas. They'd be worth $1 each instead of 100 million or whatever it's worth, right? The reason it's one of a kind, that's where the value comes. The less supply, the more demand. Well, this one has unlimited supply. Anyways, we're digressing. We're talking about something else completely. Let's stay on topic. So what is the Binance Smart Chain? It's a blockchain network built for running smart contract-based applications. We call those dApps. What's a dApp? It's like a decentralized app, right? It's like from the iPhone App Store or the Google Play Store, whatever they call it on Google. It's just an app that works on that system. Runs in parallel to Binance native Binance chain, right, BC, and allows users to get the best of both worlds, the high transaction capacity of the Binance chain and the smart contract functionality of the Binance Smart Chain. A lot of double talk there, some big words. Don't worry about it. It's all really, really cool. So now let's talk about the money that's available through the Bnb Business. So we told you about the product, really, which was accumulation of the Binance coin and how strong that is. The other product is the training that we're going to provide. Namely, to start, it's going to be a lot about Binance, Binance token, Binance education, the smart contract, the wallets involved. But over time, in the near future, we'll expand that to a lot more safety and security, investment ideas and strategies, and so on and so forth, to thicken up the product offer, to give you some extra value as to why you're here. But in addition to that, we also have a reward system, and there's two things that are really unique. This one's powerful, but not super unique. The straight line is why everybody's excited. All this means is what I talked about at the start. Everybody in the company is on the same team. The first guy has absolutely everybody on his team. Even if you came in and you were the 10,000th person, right now we're at 16,000. If someone could put in the chat how many people are actually in the company right now, just look at your dashboard. Say you were number 10,000, I think there's 16,000 now. The 10,000 person would have 6,000 people under them. Whatever number you saw when you signed up and the number now, the difference is how many people are on your team. And I'm sure you've never had that happen before. It's not like a binary. Binary means two. You got a left team and a right team. And if they get two, and they get two, and they get two, blah, 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 blah. Or most companies are unilevel. You have to get at least 3 in most unilevels, or 4 or 5, or unlimited wide, right? And that's how those things work. This is a little bit different. Oh, I can see it right there. 16,200 and change. So really cool. The straight line, everybody's on your team. And I'm going to show you what's cool about that. What makes it so exciting is not everybody just after you, but up to the last 20 that came in before you will also be in your payment line. How do you like that? So the day you start, the second you start, you're starting with up to 20 people on your team. How many people have never recruited 20 people in their life? Put me in the chat, right? Me, right? If you've never personally, because you're getting paid on all of them, if you've never recruited 20 people, put me in the chat and take a look at this. And most of you are going to be too scared to type or scared to admit it, or you're just like, I'm not here to play no game. Just keep talking, buddy. Right? But just understand, for every person that writes me, there's 100 more that have also never recruited 20. Well, right here, right now, this is going to be the first time that you're going to have at least 20. The story gets better on the next page, but you're going to have at least 20 the second you start. And then the unilevel is exciting to me because I'm a worker bee. That's okay if you're not. I'm a worker bee. 50% of the money goes to the straight line, and the other 50% goes into the unilevel. And should you choose, that means you have a choice. It's optional. You should do it, but it's optional. Should you choose to help grow our Crypto Avengers community, then you can earn additional BNB. So it's really simple. Here's a picture of the two different tokens. This is the BNB one. This is the Binance Smart Chain. You can see they have the exact same logo and a similar color scheme. We just call this one the black one because this one's got a black logo and this one's pretty much predominantly yellow, right? They cost the exact same. And if you have one, you can just flip it in your wallet for the other because it's from the same company. It's just like you have air miles with a certain company. You can use it just like cash, probably even easier because that's already in their system and they know all about it, right? These are the wallet suggestions. Some of them are pretty firm suggestions. For instance, Trust Wallet only works on Android. I find it to be relatively simple. Different people have different picks, but a lot of you Android users probably already have Trust Wallet. You can stay with that if you like, or you can have both of these. But Trust Wallet is unique to the Android. Now, for those of you that are a little bit smarter, yes, you can get Trust Wallet on an iPhone. The problem is it doesn't have the dApp browser, so it won't work properly for what we need to do. So Trust Wallet is for Android. MetaMask is for the iPhone and for the computer. So even if you have an Android, you could use Android's kind of cool. You can use Trust Wallet, MetaMask, SafePal, or your computer. iPhone, you can only use MetaMask or SafePal or the computer, right? And then SafePal kind of works with Android and it works with iPhone, but it does not work on the computer. So anyways, you just tell your upline what kind of phone you have and how you want to play the game, and we'll tell you which one of these three to get. The answer is usually 2 out of the 3. There's 7 different contribution options, right? That means it's a choice, all the way from 1 through 7. 1 is 0.1 BNB, a tenth of a BNB. And again, if we use a BNB at $500, which is its average price lately, right now it's a little bit on sale. I think it's like $430 or something like that. So these numbers are, the numbers are the same, but the cost will be a little bit different. So 0.1, this is about $50 usually. 0.2 is $100, right? Double. And then this would be $200, $300, $500, $2,000, and $10,000 and $5,000. As you can see, we've highlighted 2 because sometimes a confused mind had a hard time making a choice. We say if you just want to dip your toe in the water and hang out a little bit, or if you're a little bit financially squeezed right now, we get it. Come in for the 0.2. Of course, you're free to do the 0.1. We just figure you're getting the least amount of value. You're going to see why in a second. Remember I said up to 50 people given to you? When you do 0.1, you're like, whoa, 50 people on my team. I don't have time for all that kind of money, all that action. I just want a little bit. I'm used to little teams and little money. So just give me a small team, right? I'm having some fun. Don't mind me. I'm a crazy person. But in reality, this is about $50. I'm pretty sure you're going to make your $50 pretty fast. I don't know why anyone would spend $50 to make $50. You can make $50 by not spending anything at all. But anyways, that's up to you. This is $100. It's a little bit of a stretch. I know some countries, some people just lost their jobs, the pandemic. I know. But if you want, just like me at Costco, this is me at Costco. This is me doing something about Costco. I'm out of here, right? I just went for it. Not everyone's as crazy as me. Not everyone's as desperate to change their life as me. So anyways, overselling it hard. At least do the 0.2. And honestly, this benefits you more than me or more than your upline. Right, did I say benefits me? Benefits you more than me, more than your upline, because there's a lot of goodies here. And I'll prove it in a second, tangibly to you, why this is the best choice if you can swing it. It's $500. I know you don't just have that under your mattress, but if you can come up with it, it's going to be well worth it. We have a lot of fun in this zone. Pound for pound, this is the best one. Even, this is good too, but there's a lot more pounds, right? So we'll see that in a second. So here we go. Here's the money slide, literally, right? This is the straight line up. This is like what we call your up line, right? And you receive 1% from each contribution and recontribution amount in your straight line up, right? Up is your up line. And every single time they contribute or recontribute. And this is up to 20% paid out for life. So that's 1% on 20 people. However, you're in control. You see this right here, what that says? That says 0.1 BNB. You get the short red arrow. Boo. You get 10 people on your team given to you if you do 0.1. If you do 0.2, like I told you, like I suggested, I'm not your boss, I'm not your dad, do what you want, but you get 12. In my world, 12 is bigger than 10, and I'd rather have 12 people given to me than just 10 given to me. As a matter of fact, as you look over, it gets better and better and better. Or as a friend of mine from down south, he said, well, this one's much gooder than the other one. I'm like, this guy can't even talk, but he sure could recruit. Yeah, I see that. But at 1 BNB, look at this. These purple ones or blue, whichever color you guys think that is the exact same for 1 full BNB, 4 full BNBs, or 10 full BNBs. So this is why I said pound for pound. At just 1 BNB, you get the same value as number 10, right? And that is 20 people on your team, what? Given to you. So you got 20 there, 20 there, 20 there. Let's move on. But remember this number for 0.1, 10. Now we talk about your straight line down. This is the next up to 30 people that join after you, right? They join after you. It doesn't say you recruited them. And this will happen within 5 minutes. And the longest I've seen it take is half an hour. So you receive 1% from each contribution and recontribution amount in your straight line down every time. So this is up to 30%. Remember I said the company pays out 50% to the straight line, 50% to the unilevel. So that's what that 30% means. You can get 30% back of all, you're splitting all the money that's being spent. Really, really cool. And also you're like, Kev, how could they pay 50% on this side and 50% on that side? Isn't that 100%? You'd be correct. The company does take a 5% administration fee from your, I'll say check. I use the word check a lot because we're old school and most of us are used to getting checks, not used to getting coins. Now the coins are worth the same as checks. They're actually worth more because they grow over time, usually. And but checks kind of paint a picture in your mind that you're accustomed to, which will help you guys learn a little bit faster. So if you look over here, 0.1 BNB, you get 15 down. So 15 people given to you. If you remember on this one, so that 10 up, and we might as well look here, and 20, right? For the two, for these two key ones, 10 up and 20 up. Well, for the money going down, you get 15 people given to you. And over here, you're getting 30 for the 1 full BNB and above. When I talked about 0.2, if you're a little tight, you just kind of want to get in a little low and just check it out and whatever. Look, you get 18 going down, right? And plus, that's 12 going up. So what's 18 plus 12, anybody? In the chat, 18 plus 12. That's what you get for the 0.2. And then for the 1 BNB, which is 500, I know it's a little stretch, but it's worth it. You get 20 plus 30. And this is a lot easier way to look at it. I don't know why we just didn't do that first, right? Left to right instead of up and down. This is just a chart that shows the exact same thing. And you've got 0.2, which is 12 plus 18. If you didn't put in the chat, there's the answer, 30 people. Look, this is why I said you shouldn't really do this one. Why do you want 25 people when we have 50 people with your name on it? They're like, rip up that big 50 check and give me a $25 check, right? 25 person check. Person's worth more than dollars because this got the potential to grow. At 1 BNB, you can see we highlighted the two key ones that I talked about before. You get 20 up, 30 down, total of 50, no qualifications. You're in the building, you're having fun, you're rocking and rolling. All right, now on to the unilevel. So I call this kind of the, I'll say the social side, right? Where it's like a little something for everyone so you don't fall through the cracks. You didn't do any work and we're going to give you a little bit of money. Sometimes it's a lot of money and usually it's right in the middle. But over here is where the big boys and the big girls play. So 50 people split this money. As you can see, 50% goes here. So 50 people are all splitting 1% each, right? Everyone gets their own 1%. Over here, we also have 50%, but there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Right? So 6 people are splitting the other 50%. One person's getting 20%. One person's getting 10, one's getting 5, one's getting 5, one's getting 5, and one's getting 5% of all money spent. That's big. That's huge. And don't forget, the people that are working the unilevel also get this for free. I mean, this is for everybody. So you can be over here and get that, or you can come over here and get that and this. Optional, optional, optional. Strongly suggest you participate. It just makes everything work. We're all contributing, but it's not required, but it'd be nice. And here's what's cool about this company. Just 4 referrals at any amount. One's the official, 0.1's the official lowest, but we do the 0.2 or above only, right? So at any amount, and you're fully qualified for the whole comp plan. That's it. 4 people, which would be your first line, plus you get 20% of everything they do anyways, right? So you almost make all your money back if they come in at a similar level to you. If they do a higher level than you, then some people are balling, right? I know there was a guy on here the other day, he signed up for 0.2 because that's all he had, which is fine. Welcomed him to the team, shook his hand, rock and roll, high five. And then he brings in someone for 1 BNB and another person for 10. At 10, what is 20% of 10 BNB? What is 20% of 10 BNB? That's 2 BNB. So he made $1,000 just signing up his first person, right? He came in for 100, but he made 1,000. And then he signed up someone for 1 BNB and he made 20% of that, which is another $100. So he made $1,100. He came in for $100. Now there's a businessman. He's rocking and rolling. He wants to upgrade. He's doing all the right things. Now, this is just a referral reward example, just an example. That's why I had a disclaimer at the front. I don't want you guys to say, well, Kevin guaranteed me 274 BNB, but all I got was 19 BNB. He's such a liar, right? So this just shows what's possible in a perfect world. We do not live in a perfect world. Just turn on your nightly news and you will see that if you didn't already know that. However, there's an interesting plot twist to all of this. When I first made this with some of the people on here, namely, I came up with a lot of these numbers, but there's a guy on here, one of the hosts named Tommy, Wolfpack Tommy, he kind of, took my chit chat and turned it into this beautiful thing. But I said, let's say if you had one person, if you signed up 4 people, right, on your front level, that would be 4 BNB. You'd make 20%, which 0.8 BNB. And if those 4 got 4, that would be 16. And then this would happen. You get 1.6 BNB with your 10%. And those 4 got 4. That'd be 4,096. And then, we're just in the business for 3-4 days with like 37 people on our team. We're like 4,096. That ain't gonna never happen. And then 21 days later, our team had 8,500 people. So I still say this is BS, but at the same point, I doubled the BS. Then some of you are like, well, Kev, that's good for you. You're like a professional recruiter. You got that movie star looks. You got the fancy goatee, the nice glasses. You talk so smooth and silky. That's why you got so many people. It's also in 21 days. So yes, you're right about all that, especially the good looks. But the reality is it's growing out of control. And there's other people on the team that have similar numbers. Because don't forget, if I brought you in and you had 4,096 people, I'd have 4,097. Right? So there's multiple people that are doing that. There's Guillermo on this. Last time I heard from Guillermo, I don't know if Guillermo's on this call. He usually is. Guillermo, jump right in, just override me with your booming voice and tell me how many people you have on the team, or at least write it in the chat if you're somewhere where you can't talk. The last I heard, he had 400. I was high-fiving him virtually over the calls because he shows up and shows out. He's got his own calls going on at different times. He's making it happen. So people on the team are rocking and rolling. And I was talking to someone the other day, he's a leader, and he's like, I said, how's everything going? He's like, well, I was making a lot more before, but right now I'm down to about anywhere from 3 on a bad day to 5 on a good day BNB. I was like, oh man, sorry, man. I thought I promised you it would be better than that. And, that's an average of 4 BNB a day. I'm sorry. What can we do to get you? He's like, bro, that's $2,000 a day. It's 60 grand a month. I love you right now. I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Right. So this is already happening for some people. I've had some days where I was in this range days. So this thing is really, really cool. And we're just getting started. The business isn't mature yet. People haven't figured out. People are still checking it out, observing. Give it another month or 2 months when people are, instead of putting their toe in the water, they're like, cannonball, right? And they got people on their shoulder. We're playing water polo in the water. It's going to be cool. So don't mind me. I probably chased off half the group. This is even crazier because the only reason we did this, one who gets 5 and 5 get 5, get 5, get 5, which isn't going to happen, right? Well, but that's the reason why we wanted to show this one is if you got 5 at 20%, you're going to also get one full BNB. So if you came in for one BNB, as you should, then if you introduce 5 people to the community, you'd make back exactly what you put in. And the rest, as they say, is gravy. And then it goes on and on and on. And then, so right now, I'll be the first to say, we ain't never going to get to 15,625. Well, first of all, the company's already there. The company started exactly 3 weeks and 1 day ago. And we should probably be there in another 2 weeks as a team. Thanks to each and every one of you that makes that possible. And we're rock and roll, we're having fun. And the numbers here are just, simply ridiculous. This would be, well, about 1,000. And I said it's $500 per BNB. That's $500,000. Do with that information as you will. Cut it down by 10%, 50%, 90%, 99%. It's still staggering numbers, and it is happening right here, right now. Now, this is the withdrawal. When I talked earlier about recontributions, right? Let me show you why this is so important. And this is there's 2 magical things that are going on here. Let me tell you, if I only had to talk for 2 minutes instead of 50 minutes, you guys are like, hey man, give us a 2-minute speech and be quiet. I can only talk for 2 minutes. I'll tell you, the number one most important thing is the straight line. That's got everyone all jacked up and doing back handsprings. The second thing that makes it all work is the recontributions. Now I'm right here. I came in for 10 BNB right away. And by the way, if you have to, Kev, what's the benefit of 10 BNB? Should I do it? If you have to ask that question, then the answer is already no. Where else you have an upline that'll tell you don't spend too much money that he gets paid on? Nowhere, right? So this is for people that are serious, people that want to rock and roll, people that want to kick this thing in the pants. This is what I did. 10 seconds took me to make the decision. Why? Because I like this number, 70%. 70% deposit. That means if you make $100, you keep $70. Recontribution means if you make $100, you pay back $30, almost like a tax. But what's cool about this tax, it goes to all of the people that are around me, all those 50 people and the 6 people above me. So the 30% that I kick back is going to go pay 56 people. Ah, cool, right? And they all love me some Kevin. I don't even know who they are because they're all just all over the place. And they're not, the computer shows where you go. You start, right, back to where we're supposed to be before I go off script, as I like to do. 0.1 to 0.99, so anything up to but not including 1 BNB, you deposit 40% and you recontribute 60%. So for instance, if you're at 0.1 and you made $100, they're going to take $60 building you up towards 0.2, right? And then towards 1 full BNB, and then towards 1.5 BNB, then towards and so on, right? Until you get to this part where once you hit 1 BNB, there's another reason to buy it right away. You start at 50-50 with partners. You make 50, I make 50, all right? So that's good, 50% back in your pocket. So you're picking up a 10% raise right off Jump Street. Over here, 4 BNB, you make 60% now in your pocket. This is what confuses people. Sometimes they don't catch the difference between 40-60 and 60-40. You'll feel it in your checkbook. 60% to you, 40% recontribution. Now, this is automated. You can't do anything about it, and that's what makes the glue work. That's what keeps things moving. Sometimes there's always one wise guy, not that often, actually. Yeah, but what if nobody else ever joins? What happens then, smart guy with the microphone? I'm like, well, what happens if nobody ever goes to Walmart again? What happens if nobody ever goes on Amazon.com and doesn't purchase anything for the rest of Amazon's life? Well, Amazon wouldn't work. You got your answer. Now, I know what they're trying to say, but they're trying to be a little bit of a smart aleck, so I got to be a little bit of a smart aleck too. And I got experience at that game. So what's important, though, to realize is this recontribution is kind of the answer, the real answer to their question. Meaning, we don't need a whole bunch of new people to come in, because the example I like to use, just because it's easy math and because it's my goal, if I make $1 million, I keep 700, 300,000 goes back in. That's like 300 people all joining at 1,000. Most people, oh, there's a good example. I told you to buy 1 BNB to start for your contribution. So that's like 600 people coming in for 1 BNB each. And really, it's just me, right? It's a guy that's already in. So you see how it's kind of getting magical all of a sudden. There should be a light bulb. If not yet, just play back what I said in your head. This thing right here, this is the biggest recruiter in the company. the recontributions. So again, I make $1 million, I keep 700,000. This is the first time I kind of put this math together. I pay out, I have to pay out. When I withdraw my 700, when I say withdraw my million, they only give me 700,000. They hold back 300,000 from my check and they spin it back through all the rest of my team. The 6 are the team that someone brought somebody who brought somebody who brought somebody who brought me. They're going to get 150 grand of that. Woo! You see how important recruiting is. 150 grand of my million is going to go to the 6 people above me. The other 150 out of my 300,000 or out of my million is going to go to the 50 people that are closest to me, except for the people that did 0.1 because they only got 12 up. Maybe I'm 13 away. You say $50, but you lost 1% of all my money. I'm crazy. I know that. Yeah, that's really cool to understand that. So yeah, wow. So again, if you put the 300 grand, that's 300,000. A BNB is $500. That means 600 people, just me cashing my checks is like 600 more people joining. So when I say we don't need a lot of people, we don't need you all recruiting 10 new people a day to keep this thing going. They figured out a mathematical equation that will do the bulk of the heavy lifting. You know, the example I used to give on some of my calls is I used to play football and, it gets competitive as a running back, right? So you have to have strong legs. You have to have good center of gravity. You have to be powerful. So what I do in the off season is push my next door neighbor. I think we're like 15. He'd get in his dad's car, put it in neutral. And we lived on a crescent, about 50 houses in a big circle. And I'd push that around in a couple laps of our neighborhood, right? And to get that started was so hard. You know, a car is typically about 4,000 pounds. And I'm pushing on like, but once I don't know what I'm doing. Once I got that thing going, no one take any screenshots. Once I got that car moving about 10 yards, I'd start to, light trot sort of, or big strides, but I was pushing, right? And then I'd say after about 15, 20 yards, I was literally just jogging. And I promise you, you could push the car with one finger because it had momentum and it was going. So the same kind of thing here. Once we have some momentum, so the momentum would be doing like a little bit of recruiting, right? Or whatever, but also the power of the recontributions are acting as if new people are coming in. And as a matter of fact, it's so powerful. Man, I spent a lot of time on this page, but it's so powerful. I'll show you something. Oh yeah, baby. It's right here, right now. You see this? And I say this every show. It is a show, right? It's like Hamilton. We're sold out, folks. Could someone put the actual live number right now? Those that know the blockchain, you can put up the number. By the way, this is BSC Scan. This is a third-party company that watches, monitors, and broadcasts every single 941. My gosh. Wow. We're almost at $1 million. I just saw that right there. Okay, so this is cool. So this is this right here reports all money spent with the Binance, the black token. Anybody who spends anything with that, or actually I think both tokens, both. No, this one's the Binance Smart token. So any money that's spent with that will go and show up here, right? Regardless of whether or not you want it to. It's a third-party company pulling all the data from the blockchain. So this is called the smart contract. This little green mark means it's been verified, means there's no loopholes, backdoors, ways for them to scam us and take their money back. And so that's cool. Let me just go to the next one too. This money here is what's waiting for us to withdraw. And when I took this picture a little over a week ago, it was 700,000. I just saw the picture. You guys can see it in the chat. It's now up to 941,000. We're literally 41. Yeah, we're 39. No. We're 59,000 away from $1 million. This money right here, folks, is your money. This is the person that brought you on this call. It's their money. This money is in an account taken away from the company that is waiting for us to claim. So the example I use, you just got off your plane. This is your suitcases at baggage check. And all you have to go is roll up and grab what's yours. And the computer knows how much of it you deserve, right? It's in your back office. So really quick, since we're here, the smart contract, this is your boss. This is unique to us. So 0xCFOO 8B, 9B, 5E, blah, 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 blah. That's the boss. That's the CEO of the company. It's a robot, and this is his name, and this is where he resides, right? And this is what's going on here. So this is money that we've earned, but we just didn't take it out yet. It's sitting in your back office. It shows, but you have to click withdraw. And when people say this was mine, remember my example? This is 700 grand. So if this was all mine, if this was all mine, 30% of this, why did I pick a crazy number? Whatever that is, let's say 200,000 or so, 200,000 of it will go right back in, just like the example I gave, to all the other people, to all the boys and girls. So that's really, really cool. And this number now is almost $1 million. So we're taking it out every day because people are getting paid. Write paid in the chat. If you've made any money so far, write paid in the chat. Come on, everyone participate. The guests are watching you. They want to make sure it's just not me. Right? Paid in the chat if you've been paid by this company. Even though we're all getting paid, and again, I'm telling you, I got friends that are making $2,000 a day and they're almost sulking because they were making $10,000 a day the first couple of weeks, right? Now it's stabled out into a residual situation because nobody's recruiting anymore. You got 10 BNB coming in a day, you're like, I'm good, right? So, but with all that, with all the money, with all the people that are hopefully typing paid in the chat, it's still growing. It's grown an extra 300,000 since last week. After all the deductions, after all the people took their money, it's growing faster than we can take it out. That's how insane this business is. So we came up with a little concept called noon to the moon. And how do we get that? Well, first of all, let's just say what it is. This is a wealth building strategy that is designed to keep the money flowing. Obviously, we're not flowing it enough. We can't take it out fast enough. We need some people with strong fingers. Withdraw, 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 withdraw. I know my wife is really good. She's good at like spend, 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 spend. I just like, I can't withdraw fast as you can spend it. So it's like, it's a strategy designed to keep the money flowing to all of the straight line. That's the 50 people, right? And simply make your withdrawal every day at noon, whatever time zone you're in, provided that your wallet balance is at 0.05 or higher. Why? Because that's 25 bucks and there is a fee to make a withdrawal. You have to pay the networks, right? This is, you know, it doesn't go to our company, it doesn't go to Bnb Business, it goes to the networks that run the blockchain. And it could be anybody. There's like millions of different servers. Whoever, when you press withdraw, whoever says, I'll take that, I'll handle this customer, right? You got to give them anywhere from $1 to $2. Usually it's about $1.40, right? So you don't want to take out, if you had $3 sitting there, you don't want to like withdraw, spend $1.40 to make $3. That's crazy. So you guys can take it out whenever you want. Truth be told, I waited until my first one got up to 10 BNB before I withdrew it. Some wait longer. Some mostly want to take their money because they're scared something's going to happen, right? Or they just want to have it. Why not? Or they want to use it to upgrade faster. Bunch of different theories, right? But we suggest 25 bucks for $1 is a pretty good trade-off. How we came up with this concept is about 2 Fridays ago, we all hit withdraw at the same time on a call. We had about 150 people on there, and we took out 26 or 27,000. We watched the blockchain. We kept hitting refresh, and it was going down in real time as we did it. And something really cool happened. We withdrew $27,000. Then Tommy was the first one to say, like, bingo. I'm like, what's up, Tommy? He's like, I just made 65 bucks. I'm like, Tommy, I told you to withdraw. You're so backwards. He's like, but I did withdraw. Like, if you withdrew, how do you have money? I was like, oh, the 50-50, hello. When the other people hit withdraw, Tommy was getting his 1%, 1%, 1%. He was like, hey, 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 hey. He started breaking plates and dancing on tables. Next thing you knew, he had another $60. So I'm like, Tommy, withdraw it again. Let's bring that blockchain down. He hit withdraw, and then I hear like someone else say, bingo, bingo. And then I heard Tommy, bingo. Tommy, you already said bingo. Why are you saying it again? I don't know, but I got another 60 bucks. I'm like, well, let me see that. You know, and it was the coolest thing. So once we saw that, we're like, we should do this every day and be the best friends that anybody can ever have. And we're like, wait, what if we crash the servers? Too much withdrawing. And plus people live in different places. They'll be asleep when we're doing it. And someone said, let's do it at noon every day. Well, noon Eastern, noon Pacific, noon UTC. Like, let's just tell everyone to do noon whenever. So it gives you money and puts it in your pocket, reminds you to take out that $1 million that belongs to us, not the company. That's in a set aside account, right? That's in escrow. And you have a little coupon that says, yeah, my name's Stephanie. I'm here to pick up my $1,000 for the day, right? It's like a Coke check full of $1 million and you got your little stub. And so that's what's going on with that. So it's really, really exciting. But not only do you get your money, which you deserve, It's also going to pay 56 people every time you do that. And when they get paid, they're going to take their money and you're going to get paid. It's kind of the craziest game. You could call it what you want. You could think what it is. But if you get out a pen and paper, you're going to realize what it is. It's the darndest thing that you ever saw, as one of my really good friends and business partners, usually on here, will say it. I love every time he says it, makes me laugh. And it never gets old because it really is. So how do you get started? You can see it right here. First one we're going to look at is Android. And which one do you use for Android? Trust Wallet. You download and install Trust Wallet. You load your Trust Wallet with the appropriate amount of Binance Smart Chain token. In the DApp section, remember the little apps, right? That's the bottom. There's going to be 4 buttons on the bottom of your screen. One of them says browser or DApp, so just you'll know which one it is. Paste the referral link given to you. And in the top right corner of the screen, change, you're going to see there's an Ethereum logo because the default is the Ethereum network. We're using the Binance Smart Chain network. So you just tap on that. It's going to bring down a bunch of options. You pick the black coin again, right? The Binance Smart Chain token, and it switches over to that. You select one of the 7 contributions, 0.2 or 1, and 1. And then you select that, and then you click register. It's going to give you a little pop-up that says confirm, right? You got to confirm, and then you're going to be good to go. MetaMask is okay. I happen to see that somebody just asked that. Yes, it's okay. Android is the most versatile one. A lot of people on iOS were using MetaMask to start. We just found that SafePal was a little bit easier because it also lets you trade. Like, let's say if you had Bitcoin or some other coin, you could have that and in SafePal switch it for Binance and so on, right? And then so it's kind of like a one-stop shopping. Instead, you have to go around and find the token somewhere else. This helps you with the money side too. But again, to the answer to that question is yes, you can use MetaMask for any of the phones. And MetaMask also works on the computer, which makes it my favorite. Because when it comes to spending and sending money back and forth, over here, I got a 60-inch TV plugged into my little laptop. That's why sometimes I'm like, hey, everybody, you're like, what's wrong with this guy? Can't even see, he's cross-eyed. Now, I know you guys are here, but this is what I like to read. And so I do all my transactions on the computer because nice big numbers. And I want to send a whole bunch of money to someone else in the other country by accident when I meant to send it somewhere else. Anyways, I digress. So download and install SafePal for the iPhone is our new recommendation. Up until a few days ago, it was MetaMask. Load your SafePal wallet with the appropriate amount of Binance Smart Chain token in the DApp section. Paste the referral link given to you by your friend. And at the far right of the end in the address bar, click on the Ethereum icon. And you'll see the Binance Smart Chain Network. Just tap it. It's going to switch over. Click confirm. Give me a pop-up window saying, are you sure you want to do this? You're like, And then after that, you're going to select one of the 7 contributions. I'm going to do the fake cough again and hypnotize you into 0.2 or 1 full BNB. And then we're off to the races. So look, let me wrap this puppy up, right? Here's the bottom line, folks. It's real simple. I'm sure I've been so compelling that you already know what the bottom line is. But if you don't, let me drive it home one more time for you. Listen up, SpongeBob. Do you want to have 30 people on your personal community right now or 50 members on your personal community right now? That's the only real choice you have to make. Yeah, there could be 25 or 35 look, you want some of the apple or all of the apple, right? The question is, do you want to put in 0.2 of the contribution and get all the training, all the help, all the support, all the knowledge, all the security training, right? And that's going to cost 0.2. And we're going to top it up and give you 30 nice, crisp, juicy, hardworking members. Hardworking, not guaranteed. Or you can put in 1 BNB and we're going to give you 50 crisp, nice, awesome, great, juicy, hardworking members. Hopefully hardworking, right? So it's a question, do you want 30.2? Do you want 50? 1 full BNB. And once you make that decision, there's no right or wrong. There's just wise and wiser. And there's Budweiser. And I just, regardless of what you pick, I just want to be the first one to say congratulations. Welcome you to the Crypto Avengers community. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to learn how to make some money. Hopefully, we can help you do a lot of it. It's the kind of thing we're going to start archiving these calls. We're going to start archiving some trainings. We have some big time guests that have made a lot of money in the crypto space. They're going to come on board and start talking to you guys. We have a whole bunch of vendors lined up. They're going to give deep discounts to us and give us things that we're going to ask them for free and give away raffles and draws and all kinds of cool things are going to happen here. This is going to be like money school, right? They teach you how to come in with a little and leave with a whole bunch. And you're going to have a degree to basically go out there and make a whole bunch more. And that's really the goal of what we're doing. The whole business is really, that's strong, but the value, the knowledge, and everything else you get, the education, the diploma that we give you is better than anything